Well, good morning. Today, I want to talk about honesty. I really did not know much about honesty when I first got sober. It's funny because back in the day when they wrote the traditions, the third tradition, which states that the only requirement for AA membership is a desire to stop drinking, well, originally it said an honest desire to stop drinking. You know, this is my thought, is that they couldn't find anybody that was honestly wanting to quit drinking. I honestly did not want to quit drinking. It was alcohol that gave me that desire to quit drinking. The alcohol gave me the pain, the consequences, enough that I was willing to do something about it and had a strong, honest desire to stop drinking. I looked up honesty in the dictionary because, I don't know about you, but I always thought honesty was just like not telling any lies. Okay? Well, there's also like cash register honesty. I've heard it talked about in meetings. Cash register honesty. If somebody gives you too much change than you're due, excuse me, you gave me, $1 too much or whatever. That's a form of honesty. Of course, not lying. And we all know what lies do to us. It creates secrets in our lives. And ever since I got in recovery, I've always heard that, we're only as sick as our secrets. That's why we have a step 5 where we unload all that stuff. The dictionary didn't give me a very good definition of honesty, but it did give me some similar words or phrases. And the one at the very top is moral correctness. Moral correctness. Does that sound like an alcoholic to you? No, me neither. Oh, gosh. Uprightness. I mean, come on, man. These are tough for us. Honorableness. Honorable. I have never been described as honorable. Integrity. There's another one that I had to look up because that's one of the principles of living is integrity. I had no idea what that meant. Principle. Ethics. What? You see why we're having such a problem with honesty? Righteousness? Come on. Woo! Virtue. Goodness. Boy, that's asking a lot of us. It really is. As alcoholics, those are just words that weren't part of our vocabulary. Fairness, truth, veracity. There's a good one. Dependability, loyalty. These are similar words to honesty. They all kind of go together. I have to say, I'm still a work in progress. And I think everyone is. I have a tendency sometimes to elaborate, if you will, or make something sound better than it was, or worse than it was, or make it more exciting than it actually was, things like that. Well, that's not being completely honest. And so I know that I still have room to grow in that respect. But, when you bring up all these other words, ethics, and, dependability, and, honor, and all of those kinds of things that, it's going to take a lifetime. And I believe that even people who are not afflicted with alcoholism or, any of the other isms out there, I think that they still have issues with this as well. And being honest with others and that sort of thing is super important because it brings about that dependability and that honor. And trustworthiness. Honesty it's fundamental to our recovery. But I can tell you that's what's even more fundamental than being honest with others is being honest with ourselves. And it starts in step one. In step one, we had to honestly concede to our innermost selves that we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives had become unmanageable. Now, when talking to someone else who is like giving us a hard time about our drinking, oh no, I'm good. I can quit whenever I want. Telling those kinds of lies. And we may be able to persuade them, but probably not. They probably have heard that before, and they're tired of hearing it. They don't believe a word you're saying. But when it comes to looking in the mirror and being completely honest, it's not the easiest thing to do. One of the best ways to get somebody to believe your lies is to believe them yourself. And so we've trained ourselves to stand behind it, man, to the bitter end. Have you ever been caught in a lie? I have. You know what that does? You get caught in a lie, and it brings on shame. You're right, I was lying. That's a shameful thing to say to someone. You're right, I was lying. Boy, I'm glad I don't have those kinds of experiences anymore. Today, because of Alcoholics Anonymous, my life is an open book. I don't have to hide anything anymore. And that's wonderful, I don't experience that guilt and that shame from the lying and being dishonest. I don't have to remember, okay, what did I tell them so that I don't mess that up, because I know I told these people over here one thing and I told those people over there another thing, and, what if they get together and they talk, all of those kinds of, I'm so glad that's behind me now. Come clean. I came clean in the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. That honesty has to start with me. I have to be honest with myself before I can be honest with others. Do you trust yourself? Do you consider yourself trustworthy? Do you have ethics? For me to admit that I have a problem, that's honesty in itself. But it continues. Because now that I'm honest with me, I can be honest with God and other people. It sets me free. Dishonesty is like a self-made prison. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work to keep track of, all of your dishonesty. To keep it covered up. Life's too wonderful to do that to myself. I refuse to be dishonest anymore. Now, again, like I said before, I'm still a work in progress. And so, with that daily inventory and things like that, if I don't know, like for example, I bought a pair of shoes and I tell somebody, oh yeah, man, I got them for $25 and I actually paid 50, you know, I mean, why? Why tell that? Why even say that? Because you want them to think you got a killer deal or something, I guess. I don't know. Stupid little lies like that don't mean anything, but inside they do. And when that person finds out that you actually paid $50 for the shoes that you told them were $25, they're going to look at you like you're nuts. Why would you tell me that? What a silly thing. Well, turns out we're kind of silly people. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But I am a work in progress. And, you know, I'd love to hear how you guys are dealing with this. And if you find that you're still a work in progress, or do you have honesty down pat? The open book lifestyle is the only way for me. I'm either all in or not in at all. And that's exactly the way I feel about recovery. If I'm not all in, I'm not in at all. So I hope you guys have a great day. And, you know, start with yourself, being completely honest, then go to God, and then go to other people. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.